Former AEW commentator Kevin Kelly explains why he's going to be suing All Elite Wrestling after his departure from the company after being let go due to a clash with Ring of Honor commentator Ian Riccaboni. We got the ratings for Saturday's edition of AEW Collision on TNT. In addition to that, Shota Umino, the New Japan Pro Wrestling star, has revealed he was injured at a recent AEW show. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about Kevin Kelly, as he has opened up about his desire to sue All Elite Wrestling after his departure from the company earlier this year. Now, former AEW broadcaster Kevin Kelly has taken something of a scorched earth approach to his release from Tony Khan's promotion earlier this year, and in a new interview with Wise Choices with Eric Bischoff, Kelly said he'll be taking legal action against the company. Now, in the interview, Kelly revealed how he started out with All Elite Wrestling, revealing he actually initially reached out to Tony Khan about participation in the Forbidden Door pay-per-view and how that snowballed into becoming the commentator for AEW Collision.
And it was there that Tony and I had reached out to Tony just to see if he needed me or was thinking of using me for the upcoming Forbidden Door, the New Japan AEW collab. He got back to me and said, I want to talk to you. I want to find out what your schedule is. Okay. So I said, well, I'm going to be home these weeks, but then I'm going back and I'm doing the G1. So that's 5 weeks. And then after that, I'll be going back in September. And then, so we set up the call, and what he wanted was more than just one. He wanted me to be the announcer on Collision, the new show that was starting up. And it's okay. And he gave me the money, and I was already kind of like getting a little weary of these Japan trips, you know.
Taking a lot out of you.
Yeah, 8 years, and it's a long time. So it was financially good. It was figured schedule wise, it was great. You know, living back home and flying out once a week to go do TV. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Sounds fun. New show, CM Punk. Let's go. So that was how it started.
So it started from there, and things, according to Kelly, were at the very least copacetic for the first few weeks. Then things got a bit different over a personal altercation with former Ring of Honor commentary partner Ian Riccaboni, which had started when Kelly returned home from calling the G1 Climax tournament for New Japan Pro Wrestling to find, according to Kelly, that Riccaboni had been hammering him in New Japan Pro Wrestling's Discord server, and this, according to Kelly, was really the beginning of the end.
Everything was fine. Everything's going along just great. And then a couple of weeks in, like it was a personal thing with me and Ian Riccaboni, of all people, you know, the ROH announcer. I just happened to be, after getting home from the G1 and jet lag, that I go online, and I always followed the New Japan board on Discord because I always wanted to know what the people were saying. And I interacted with some of the people from time to time, and it was fun. And he's on there just hammering me, Eric, just hammering me. And I couldn't believe it. And what set me off was that, you know, and he was like, oh, Kevin did this, and Kevin did this to me personally. I thought we were friends. And then the last thing he says is, but where I really, you know, couldn't take anymore was when he began promoting a QAnon conspiracy theory movie. Wait, what? Because I went to see The Sound of Freedom, and I told people to get tickets for free. It's about child trafficking. How could anybody be against child trafficking? Well, apparently it's a QAnon conspiracy theory movie, Eric. I don't know if you knew that. And so that really pissed me off. I thought we were friends. So I contacted him.
By the way, Ian, if you're listening to this, you're fucking weird. You're fucking weird. And the people that think like you are fucking weird.
Yeah,
so there's that.
And so now I find myself like, you know, anytime I would post something on Twitter, hey, I'm promoting this cool thing. Oh, you're just a QAnon conspiracy theorist. Wait a minute. This is coming from, so now, you know, it was the dog whistle, right? So now all the other loonies are coming out of the woodwork. And so I had messaged him and was like, hey, I thought we were friends. What's going on? Oh, you really insulted me one too many times. I was like, I didn't remember insulting you at all. I thought we were friends.
I don't even know this guy, but I'm going to wake up every morning trying to figure out a new way to insult him.
Oh, geez. We're in a group text and we're making fun of each other's baseball teams and each other all the time. How is this? Anyway, so I'm like, well, I'll just get over it. And I'm talking to my peers and I'm like, hey, has Ian ever said anything to you? No, but you guys will work it out. Yeah, I think we will work it out. And we don't work it out. So if time's going on, I'm getting more and more annoyed about it. And I called HR. And I was like, hey, I might be making a bigger deal out of this than it really is, but I'm going to just tell you something. And you let me know if you think I should bring it up to you guys. Like, is it actionable? Is it something I should talk to HR about? Or is it just personality conflict? And I explained the whole situation, and they said, no, it sounds like an HR issue. Okay, I'm going to sit on it. I'm not going to do anything now. Now we get to about November, and here's what changed. They throw Tony Schiavone in the booth, and Tony takes my spot as the play-by-play, so I slide over to the third chair. I'm the only announcer to not call any matches on the pay-per-views. Like, I would show up and I'd be dressed and I'm ready to go, and the announcer assignments come out. I'm the only one to not be on there. I'm starting to take this personally. And I'm starting to wonder if there's a connection with what Ian said. Again, a certain sector of the fan base, being what they are, think that I'm a QAnon conspiracy wacko because I supported a film that talked about the horrors of child trafficking. And now I talk to HR. It's November. And I lay the whole case out. I send them all the screenshots. Okay, we'll take care of it. December, January, nothing. Hey, by the way, HR, did you guys ever do anything with that Ian thing I sent you? Yeah, we took care of it. The disciplinary committee met and it's taken care of. Okay, what happened? Well, we can't tell you because it's private. Okay, I get that, but I was the victim. Oh, well, sorry. So now I don't get any relief. And I don't know what happened. Nothing changed. He wasn't fired. And that wasn't my goal. I kind of just wanted an apology and to be able to move on. And I also wanted to know, is this affecting the perception of me within the walls of the company? And I'm talking to Mike Mansory, the co-executive producer with Tony Khan. And he's assuring me that nothing's going on. He's trying to get me back on these pay-per-views. He has no idea why Tony Khan doesn't want me on the pay-per-views, but I'm getting no answers and no relief. So then my mental health began to really take a serious downturn. This was really troubling me, and it was affecting my relationships at home. It was obviously affecting my work, and I was getting worse and worse. And beginning of March, it was the weekend of Sting's last show. I wanted to be there. I wasn't booked, and I went off. And I went off on social media, and I called the poor HR lady and left her a message, and I'm sure it was stiff. I don't remember what I said, Eric, but I'm sure it was stiff.
Were you sober?
And yes, I was.
All right.
Well, he declares he was sober, but he did reveal that again when he called the HR representative. He described it as something that was pretty stiff, and then really opened up on how this led to his departure from All Elite Wrestling, but also keenly revealing that he does intend possibly to sue the company in terms of his exit from the company.
Oh, I know what it was that finally set me off. The week before on Collision, I had done a little bit with Willie Hobbs. I think Will Hobbs is the man. I think he's great. And Will Hobbs was in an ODQ match against Sammy Guevara. We set up the spot to where he walks in front of me. He thinks he hears me say something. And he says, "What did you say?" "I didn't say anything about you." "No, get up." "What did you say? Did I hear that right?" "Give me your belt." "What?" "Give me your belt." And he starts taking my belt off so he could whip Sammy Guevara with it. So it's a good little spot. And I see like a fan made a little thing and put it on YouTube. And I'm reading the comments just, because they're right underneath it. Oh, QAnon conspiracy wacko, right wing, this, that, the other thing. Trump loving, suck ass. I'm like, I can't get away from this. So I blew my stack. And about 2:00 in the afternoon, I leave stiff voicemail. And in the meantime, I'm trying to get in with the psychiatrist that they tout as, we have this mental health counseling as a team. Well, I need help, guys. And I'm telling you, I need help. I've told you I'm losing my mental health is suffering. I've told you this time and time again. And so I, on my own, am trying to find these psychiatrists out and contact them and tell them what's going on. Finally, I did. And talking to them all day Sunday and Monday. And we're supposed to fly because we were taping TV Thursday that week. So I was flying out Thursday morning to Atlanta. And Wednesday, the 6th, I got let go because of what I was saying online publicly about the company and the voicemail message that I had left for the nice HR lady.
So what are you going to do? You suing them?
Yeah. course.
That's unfortunate.
So he says he plans to sue. Of course, if we get any more concrete information on that, we'll let you know in an upcoming video. But what do you make of Kevin Kelly's explanation regarding his departure? What do you make of Kevin Kelly saying he is planning on suing the company? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. Now let's talk about the ratings for AEW Collision this past Saturday on TNT, and it's pretty good news for All Elite Wrestling considering the total viewership was up from a pretty low number last week. AEW Collision, as I mentioned, was in its usual time slot of 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on TNT this past weekend, and according to WrestleNomics, the show brought in 431,000 viewers on TNT. This represented an 11% increase from last week's number of 388,000 on TNT2. As far as the 18 to 49 demographic rating, this past week's show on Saturday drew a 0.13 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic. That's essentially flat from the prior week, which also drew a 0.13 in the 18 to 49 demo. Now, in terms of total viewership, once again, the average in terms of the trailing 4 weeks is exactly the same, representing a 0% increase. In terms of the Q2 average versus the Q2 average from last year, it is actually down 39% from this time last year. So again, not great numbers. When it comes to the 18 to 49 demographic versus the 18 to 49 average from Q2 of last year, it is down 52%. So what do you make of the numbers? What do you make of the reporting? What do you make of AEW Collision? Of course, this was the 1-year anniversary of the show debuting on TNT, which featured the return of CM Punk to All Elite Wrestling at the time. Of course, Punk now long gone, and the show featured Christian Cage and his patriarchy with a Father's Day special speech. What do you make of AEW Collision over the course of the last 12 months? Is this kind of the numbers that we're just going to see for this show? What are your thoughts on the early days of AEW Collision versus AEW Collision now? Let me know your thoughts about all of that too in the comment section below. And finally, a bit of an update when it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling star Shota Umino, who has suffered an injury recently at an AEW show. On June 12, the matches for last Friday's AEW Rampage on June 14 were taped at the Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, Iowa, one of which being a clash of New Japan stars ahead of the Forbidden Door pay-per-view on June 30. The match was between Shota Umino and Rocky Romero, the latter of which serves as Vice President of Show and Talent Coordination for both AEW and New Japan, as well as actively competing inside the ring. A very influential figure. It was Umino who picked up the victory in the bout after just over 10 minutes of action. However, it appears that Umino didn't walk away from the bout unscathed. Taking to Twitter today on Tuesday, June 18, Umino posted a picture of an X-ray and announced that he had suffered a hip fracture and a strained disc in his spine. Now, despite the blow, Umino did state that his injury would not affect his participation in this year's G1 Climax, which begins on June 20 and runs until August 18. He tweeted, quote, "I had a hip fracture and a strained disc. It's the L45 disc. I also had an MRI done. I'll somehow get back to Tokyo tomorrow. I will definitely be back by G1. I'm going to take a break for a while. Sorry." Now, while Umino didn't say it explicitly, Dave Meltzer has reported via his daily update on F4W Online that Umino's injury took place during the match with Romero on AEW Rampage. Again, if we get any more details on that and his participation in the G1, we'll let you know in the future. But there you go, guys. This is the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.